Good day. So before I will start my speech, let me ask you a question first. How are you? I hope you all doing all right in whatever situation you are right now. So I want to introduce myself. I am April Rose Iwayan, a 17 years old student from Tubungan National High School. Now I am in grade 12 and taking the STEM strand. So, I know all of you are familiar with the typhoon. That's our topic for today's meeting. A typhoon is a mature tropical cyclone created in the western Pacific Ocean or northern Indian Ocean. The word typhoon is originated from the two Chinese words tai and fung, which means strong and wind respectively. The formation of typhoons happens in warm oceans, starts with tropical depression, and it should have a speed of 119 km per hour to be considered as typhoon. In addition, a typhoon has three parts, which are the eye wall, and rain bands. The eye is found in the center of the typhoon, and the weather here is fair with no to little rain, while the eye wall has heavy rains and strong winds, and the rain bands, on the other hand, bring rain to the affected areas. Since we already know what is typhoon, let's talk about their possible effects on us. A typhoon is a disaster that greatly affects the community. A place or community that had been affected by a typhoon suffered a great loss in infrastructures, businesses, and livelihoods. Typhoon brings strong winds and heavy rains that can destroy buildings and infrastructures like houses, gyms, and churches. It can also harm the environment by uplifting the trees and destroying the crop vegetations where most of the people rely on their source of living. Typhoon affects the life of both human and animals because life can be in danger because of this disaster. Many instances can happen during the typhoon, such as flash floods, landslides, and surges, which can cause numerous deaths and missings of people. I already shared to you what is typhoon and its possible effects on us. Now, let's go to the possible ways or to the ways that can lessen its effect on the community. It is important to know about those ways. With huge effects on the community, we must know what are the ways to keep ourselves safe from the typhoon and lessen its effects on the community. Before the typhoon hit a certain region, its strength and speed are broadcast on national news, so every people will be alarmed and have time to prepare for it. When heard about the news, act immediately. Prepare the things for survival like the first aid kit with all the necessities inside, such as flashlight, whistle, and the foods which are ready to eat like canned goods and water that can last for a few days. Also, look for the location of the house, and when the house is in danger zone, evacuating in the nearest evacuation center for safety is the best option. We should also prepare an evacuation plan in case the worst situation will happen. During the typhoon, we should stay calm and observant in the situation. We should be alert and awake to what is happening around us. We should also listen to the radio to get updates about the typhoon and don't panic because it will just make things worse. After the typhoon, we should abide by what the authorities are saying for our safety from the possible risk. Stay together and check everything. We should also listen to the news for any updates about the typhoon and other operations. And the most important thing to do is to pray for the safety of the family and everybody that is affected by the sad disaster. Any time in our life, a disaster can happen which may affect us big time, so it's better to be ready anytime. Typhoon is always hitting us, and some of us are used to it and overcome it. But that doesn't mean that we should be complacent because we will never know what will happen. We should always be prepared if we don't want Bagyo Yolanda's aftermath will happen again. To summarize what I said earlier, typhoon is a dangerous disaster because it brings strong winds and heavy rains that can cause flash floods, landslides, and storm surges, which can cause deaths and destruction of infrastructures, livelihoods, and businesses. When there is typhoon, always remember the word ASAP. A for act immediately when heard about the typhoon. S for stay alert, awake, calm and observant in the situation that is happening during the typhoon, and A for abide by what the authorities are saying, and P for pray. Typhoon is destructive, but if we are prepared, the effects on the community can be lessened. Thank you for listening. I hope you gained something from this speech. Once again, I am April Rosie Wayan. Good day.